Thank you for coming back to the channel. This is the intro for an excursion we had on a Royal Caribbean ship that stopped at the port of Bonaire. It was our first time visiting Bonaire from my wife and I, and our travel companions, Marianne and Dr. Joe, actually it was Marianne's idea, wanted to try an ATV excursion. I don't know why she would want to do that. And I thought it would be an interesting opening to this video to show you what weather's like in Buffalo, New York in February, and what Bonaire, which to my surprise is a desert, an absolutely amazing ATV excursion, must see if you're into ATV, must see if you're a nature lover, like the wilderness, like anything in the outdoors. I was shocked because I had no expectation that the ATV excursion was going to be a desert ride. So I hope you enjoy this video. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you hit the thumbs up and that you like the video, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. Over the last 31 years, I've probably taken 5 or 6 cruises with my wife. And I'm not a big traveler, but cruises are an easy trip, especially when you have great companions like our friends Marianne and Dr. Joe. When you go on a cruise, you sign up for shore excursions. Most people do when they're in a port. And they could be snorkeling, it could be a rum or a drinking boat ride, or a scenic tour through a jungle. My expectations on excursions are very low because some just aren't very good. To my amazement, this excursion was amazing, and I hope you agree when you watch this video. So we drove for 5 or 10 minutes on a road to get to the dirt road through the desert, and then we drove for about 15 minutes on that dirt road through the desert, and then to my amazement we're on a plateau overlooking the ocean that the video just doesn't do it justice. It was beautiful. Coming off a hill on Bonaire and overlooking the ocean, which is really very pretty. And this is almost like we're riding in a desert. Really cool ride, unexpected, much better than Puerto Rico. I'm filming with my iPhone 10. I didn't bring a GoPro camera, and this is exceptional. Yamaha machines are old, they're beat up, but much better than the C-Force machines we had on Puerto Rico. So we're coming down a little hill, overlooking the ocean in the distance. We're headed to the beach. Marianne and Joe are our friends. First time on ATVs, they're doing great. Of course, off in the distance is Barb, and she's a trooper. She always does well. Mikey, how do you like this helmet? Like a large ping pong ball cut in half. It is comfortable. I don't know how much protection it's giving my head. Not the safest thing, holding a cell phone while you're ATV riding, but the guides are being tolerant of it, and this is pretty amazing. Pretty cool. Great day in Bonaire. Cruise has been outstanding, and I hope everyone enjoys this video. Highly recommended so far. ATV Excursion, Bonaire, Royal Caribbean. Do it, baby. Do it. Awesome. Wow, this is Trail Rangers subscribers. This is pretty awesome. Nice ride. Soft sand now. We're on a soft red sand, almost like a dusty clay. Really cool. Love it. Love it. So you do not have to be an experienced ATV rider to go on this excursion. This was Marianne and Dr. Joe's first time on ATVs. They were champs. They just did a great job and adapted very quickly. My wife has been on an ATV probably 4 or 5 times. We did a ATV excursion in Puerto Rico, plus she's taken her safety class. So I would say this is easily a beginner ATV excursion. Now, just when I thought that this was awesome riding through a desert, I was surprised that we came upon a cave, and part of this was a very brief cave stop, maybe about a half hour and tour of the cave, and the guide really did an excellent job, and the cave was spectacular. I also have to thank Dr. Joe. He probably took half the pictures in this video and some video, and if they look good, better than what I usually do, it's because Dr. Joe took them. He just did an outstanding job. He's an excellent photographer.
Yeah, if you stand on the island over here, you want. Wow. The morning tour gets to see them most of the time. Use them as play things. Besides that, we have a lot of birds on the island, and we have about 60 different nationalities on the island, even though we only have 20,000 people. Oh, wow. The reason because of that is because the drier season in the front part of the cave, yeah, those three for mostly, and in the neighborhood, so people tend to be a little bit more.
Sarah.
Wow, since I was 6 years old on the back of my brother's motorcycle, I enjoy motorsports almost my entire life. Motorcycles, ATVs, boats, tractors, dune buggies, you name it, I enjoy it. Of course, I do it at a much slower pace now that I'm older. Part of motorsports is being outside, and hand in hand for me goes the enjoyment of being outside in nature and being in the woods, in this case being in the desert, And in the Northeast, I enjoy looking at the trees and different plantings. Boy, here I was just floored by the rock formations and the cactus. I don't think I've ever been in looking at cactus in the wild. Just the colors and the plants were just spectacular on this trip. So, those of you who are going on a cruise, I would highly recommend this excursion. The second half of this video is going to be our ride along the ocean, which is just as beautiful as looking at Cactus and the cave, and it's extremely interesting. So I hope you watch the second half of this video, and I hope you're enjoying it. Just extremely neat. Highly recommend doing it. I loved it. And this is one of the reasons why I enjoy ATV riding, is I'm in the outdoors, surrounded by nature. Get out and ride the outdoors. Go ahead, Joe. I remember watching the astronauts on the moon and looking at them walking towards big boulders on the lunar landscape, and that's what this boulder reminded me of. Really neat. So this is pretty interesting. ATV riding on Bonaire, and you kind of get the feeling this is my first time in a real desert for any extended period of time. And like the astronauts said when they were on the moon, it's almost like, well, it's almost like I'm on another planet. If you've never been in the desert before, this is pretty amazing. Now we're stopping at like an old structure and lighthouse. And I had no idea that Bonaire was arid, very arid conditions like a desert, and outstanding ride. Highly recommend it.
really cool. It's too big, it's a pain.
I truly hope you can appreciate the beauty in these pictures. Not only looking at the sky and the clouds, but looking at the sand, the rocks, and the plantings. It's just interesting.
Yep, I hear her. She's up. Yep.
Almost all the ATVs were Yamaha 350s, but there was one Can-Am 500 that the guides liked to use, obviously because it was faster than the Yamahas and probably rode a little better, and it broke down. They're towing it back with a Yamaha. So if you ride motorsports, please remember to wear a helmet. I hope you like this video. Please hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And I hope to see you on the trail, whether in the Caribbean or the United States. Thank you. God bless.